Chris, what is our second main topic today?
Our second topic comes from Victor Von Dude. Cannes can be a fickle crowd and sometimes quite cruel, with audiences having no problem walking out of a screening. Ugh, the French. But Top Gun 2 just got what they're calling a rapturous 5-minute standing ovation at the festival. I know you thought this movie came too late, but what do you think of the response and reviews it's getting so far? Was it worth the wait?
Yeah, look, I have been very open and very clear for a long time about why. Why are they doing another Top Gun this late in the game? This was a movie they should have done with Tony Scott 15 years ago, right? And they moved. I said, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'll be interested and I'll be seeing it. Blah. Then the trailer started to come out in 2019, and I thought, oh, the trailers look interesting, but still too little, too late, blah, blah. But as we started getting closer to the actual release coming out, I started getting a little bit of enthusiasm for it. And I was kind of looking forward to it going to CinemaCon, that they were going to show us Top Gun. At least last CinemaCon. Because last CinemaCon, a little over a year ago, when Aaron and I went to Vegas, and they showed us the first 15 minutes of Top Gun Maverick. And that was the moment, about a year ago, that I went from going, to, holy crap, this movie is going to be awesome. So it was with great enthusiasm we went to CinemaCon this year to watch the full movie, and they showed us the full thing, and it blew away every expectation I had. Like, I came out online on social media and said, this movie far exceeds the original Top Gun in every way. Except for maybe in the love interest stuff. But that's just me. That's just me personally. But in every other way, completely, this movie so outshines the original, it's crazy. And as of right now, Top Gun Maverick, with closing in on 150 reviews, is holding a 97% on Rotten Tomato.
Yay.
Which,
Deserves it, baby. Deserves
yeah,
it.
there you go. And speaking of ovations, that fickle Canis crowd, this is something we were talking about before that we went back on air. They responded to it really well. This comes to us from the folks over at Variety, who wrote the following. It was an extravaganza that included the appearance of 8 fighter jets bellowing red, white, and blue smoke behind them as crews and other members of the film's cast looked on from the red carpet below. Those colors are featured prominently in both the French and American flags in a fitting piece of symmetry. The festival crowd joyously interacted with the film during the screening, cheering and gasping at stunts. An overwhelming response came when Val Kilmer, who starred as Cruise's nemesis Iceman in the original film, appeared. The screening ended with a 5-minute standing ovation from the crowd. Now, I've read other reports. Remember, we've heard things about, in my screening, the crowd stood and cheered for 20 minutes. It was really more like 15 seconds. But this is Variety, and I read other reports saying it exceeded 5 full minutes that crowd at the Cannes Film Festival got up and just gave it this ravenous response. Huge thing. People loved it. And I got to tell you, I completely see that, because the energy in the room at CinemaCon when the final credits started to play in Top Gun Maverick, it was that kind of energy. Except for these were theater owners, and they're like, this movie's going to make us a lot of money. Yeah. This is awesome. And to be honest, that's another topic for another time. I'm not sure how much money this movie will make, but I love the movie. It's pretty awesome. So it's great to see. It's great to hear, especially at a film festival like Cannes, that often has, like you said, some very, very fickle responses to it. It's great to see this kind of response for it. Aaron, I know, this movie was very personal to you, but you really enjoyed this film. What do you think about the response it's getting from audiences?
Well, okay. So first of all, if you enjoy film, and obviously you do, or you not be watching this show, I am going to ask you to do me a favor. Put it on your vision board, put it into your manifest, pray to, sweet baby Jesus, whatever you do to create the things that you want in your life. I want you to put it into your vision that you will attend the Cannes Film Festival at some point in your life, whether it is for your own project that you are in or just as a film lover. I have been to the Cannes Film Festival.
Did you guys show Bitch Slap at Cannes? I can't remember.
So we showed Bitch Slap as part of the market, because there is an international market going on at the same time. Yes. But we did. We went for the film festival as well, and we did lots of red carpet stuff and appearances and parties, and we had a huge premiere there, and it was there was yachts involved, and it was it was like another world that I sometimes feel like was a dream. But I went to Cannes for Bitch Slap, but I also went twice just as a person who wants to go and experience it. And I have walked the Croisette, which is the big street that is, I mean, you just billboards everywhere. It's the main. And then the Palais, which is where all the big premieres are held, is magical, and sitting in that theater. And when they have the Palme d'Or, you know, with the
crest,
leaves.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
The laurels.
the laurels. I mean, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. It is a thrill like no other. And as someone who is a lover of film, find a way at some point in your lifetime to go. And yes, being in the Palais when a film gets a standing ovation is magical, and it is sort of a thing at the Cannes Film Festival for certain films to get these obnoxiously long standing ovations. Pan's Labyrinth famously got a 22-minute standing ovation. The Artist got, I believe, an 8-minute standing ovation. You know, these were both films that went on to be incredible award winners. And so, yes, it does speak volumes that the notoriously fickle crowd who also booed movies like Taxi Driver and Wild at Heart, that they gave this such an outstanding ovation. But I am not surprised. Anyone who was with us at CinemaCon saw my emotional outburst of love and passion for this film. I think this movie is going to make all the money. You say, I don't know how much money it's going to make. It's going to make all the money. It's not going to make Avatar money, but it will make all the money. I'm thrilled. I'm so happy. And I think that this movie is coming exactly when it's supposed to.
All right, Chris, you did not love Top Gun as much as the rest of us did. But what do you think about the reports? The critic reviews are now coming in, the response from Cannes. What do you make of this?
Yeah, I want to point out Body Snatcher in the chat brought up another film that got a 15-minute standing ovation, a film I love, Belle, the anime.
Oh, yeah.
So most of the time, I'm right with Cannes. I'm right with these people for their standing ovations. Like I've said, I subjectively understand that this is an excellent, excellent film. It's just not one for me, right? And not all films are made for you. That's the whole thing.
Right.
You know, I don't really enjoy movies that are about military members. That's just not my thing. So I completely understand why it's really, really hitting with people, though. You do have a nostalgia factor, right? And sometimes, for me, I think the film banks on that a little too much. You talked about that, too, just certain moments being repetitive. But this is a beautiful cinematic film, and what a return to the movies when you see this movie. I mean, and I say this as somebody who's not in love with it. You should go to theaters and see this. You should experience this on the biggest screen you can, you know, and really just sit back and take in all of these incredible visuals that are all done practically save one shot. I mean, it's astounding filmmaking. So even as somebody who is not over the moon about this movie, I absolutely understand why people were on their feet about it.
Ray, I know you enjoyed this movie yourself. What do you think about the response? Are you surprised? Are you encouraged? Are you happy that people are responding this way?
From the, what's it called? Chanis Film Festival?
The Chanis Film Festival, yes.
The Chan.
The one up in Chino Hills. Yes.
No, it deserves it. Like I said, this is the best movie I've seen this year. My favorite so far. And then the second has to be what? Black Phone. The Black Phone movie.
Black Phone was so good.
God.
Yeah, we'll talk more about Black Phone as we
like,
get close to that one coming out too.
Almost half a year into it.
Make sure that I'm here that day, because I have a lot of things to say that I've been building for a while.
Black Phone was great.
Yeah,
Black
so
Phone was
like
great.
I'm glad it's getting the love it's getting, because I love the movie. So, and I consider the first one like okay, like it's not something that I rewatch or look back to, and I really like this movie, this sequel. So,
I'll go on a limb too here. I'll say this. I don't think it's going to crack $100 million.
What?
Opening weekend.
Oh,
I mean, it'll
okay.
definitely crack $100 million. But I mean, I don't think it'll crack $100 million opening weekend. I think I'm going to go on a limb and guess around 75, which will still be pretty big for this era right now where we're at. That'd still be pretty big. But then I think it's going to be like Edge of Tomorrow, another Tom Cruise film that didn't open huge, but then word of mouth was crazy positive about it, and it developed really good legs. I think that's what's going to happen with Top Gun. We'll find out. Question is for you guys. What do you think about the response that it's getting from both critics and the audiences at Cannes? Are you surprised? Are you excited about this film? Maybe you're not all that excited about. The original was a long time ago. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. We want to take a moment and thank a sponsor of today's video, ExpressVPN. So guys, if you've been listening to or following me for any period of time, you guys know that one of my big concerns is often online privacy. And that's why I use ExpressVPN. Now, I know what a lot of you guys are probably thinking. You're thinking, well, why don't you just use incognito mode? Well, let me tell you something. Incognito mode does not hide your activity. It doesn't matter what mode you use or how many times you clear your browsing history. Your internet service provider can still see every single website that you visited. And listen, it doesn't matter who your internet service provider is. Internet service providers in the US can legally sell your information to ad companies. ExpressVPN is an app that reroutes your internet connection through their secure servers so that your internet service provider can't see the sites that you're visiting. ExpressVPN also keeps all of your information secure by encrypting 100% of your data with the most powerful encryption available. And ExpressVPN is available on all your devices. I mean, your phones, computers, even your smart TV. Protect your online activity today with the VPN rated #1 by Business Insider. Visit my exclusive link, expressvpn.com/Campea, and you can get an extra 3 months free on a 1-year package. That's expressvpn.com/Campea, expressvpn.com/Campea to learn more.